DK는 항상 스프링 시즌 때도 그랬지만 강팀들 상대로 좋은 경기력을 보여주.
Here we go, everybody. We're just gonna be watching the summer split. We have DK versus HLE. Pretty excited. Ready to get this thing going. Alrighty, let's see. It's pretty early in the morning for me, so see what happens here.
결승전이 열리는 이제 경주가 이제 저희 집 바로 옆쪽에 있어서 가야겠다는 생각을 하고 있고 사실 저는 경주에 가본 적이 한 번도 없어서
I think doing a watch party could be fun though. So
이번 서머 개막전 승리 확률 100%. 경주행 오렌지 파괴전차가 출발합니다. 파괴전차를 조준해서 터뜨려버리겠습니다. Let the show begin.
All right, well, that was very aggressive. I love it. I love the energy, the music, the guns being pointed in our faces, all wonderful. We're getting ready for this first match, and we have the players walking on in. That looks like a very large stick to hold a phone on, which Kingen seems to be filming his team coming down. No logs just yet, but I'm sure we'll have some of that as some of the other teams do come in.
I'm loving the music choices so far as well. The opening really hits as it always does, but even that interview gave me some old school Korean esports vibes as a selfie here with the fans.
hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'd love to do it some Valorant as well.
It was about the inconsistencies of this team.
I'm excited though. This is gonna be good. I was looking into the history.
Beat Genji in a best of series this year remains KT, which is very, very funny.
Yeah.
But DK, don't forget, actually really pushed them in the way that I don't think many other teams did up until the finals. But then they would also play against KT, against teams like Hanwha, and just completely bomb. This team is super inconsistent, but if they can find the consistency to have their top tier form, think of what happened to KT from spring to summer last year.
Yeah.
They are looking to be a serious contender. Whether that is actually going to happen remains to be seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I am curious to see Lucid on some of the meta jungler picks. Maybe he just plays Lisa in every game. That's another good look, I would say. But let's introduce our second team over here.
Oh, here we go.
Walking on down, not streaming on their phones. Just going to give some high fives, some basic stuff here. And yeah, they're really the one team that gives us hope that maybe we don't get Gen GT1 again. And, you know, a lot of mentions of that in the video we had introducing the teams. And we can only hope that it gets a bit more competitive at the top and that it's not just Gen GT1 every time, although some of those streaks that we have going on up there are also pretty cool to watch. But HLE Esports, definitely a strong team to be reckoned with. We'll have to wait and see what they have in store for us here for summer.
Last time around, in spring, they were a team that no one below could touch. There were moments, obviously, particularly at the beginning of playoffs, where they looked like they were able to step up.
Oh, let's pray and watch.
Yeah, dude, I think HLE is gonna win this thing, man.
And, wow, you can see
HLE is gonna win for sure.
The cameras, the pictures, these guys are legends in the Korean scene. And yeah, awesome to have them down supporting HLE Esports here.
Maybe we'll even have an Ashe play today. Could be fun. Actually, seen Ashe AD carry, I think, a lot stronger than it was before. Sold that a little bit in Challengers already. As Challengers, of course, has also kicked off as, yeah, pray and watch here. Just cheering on. See if that support is going to prove pivotal today.
Yeah.
Let's see, man.
Hopefully he doesn't shoot any arrows from the audience. So we have seen some big Prey Ashe moments in his career. And he's going to be watching that bottom lane. Definitely one of the best of his role AD carry, and he's going to be watching one of the best currently we have here in the world in Viper. As just taking a deeper look into everybody who is on both sides. I am very curious, I feel like mostly personally, about this jungle matchup, to see them face off once again, to see how they kind of handle the current meta and what picks we're actually going to see here in the LCK, because we have seen, you know, some of the other regions and what the meta looks like in the jungle nowadays.
Big thing is that we are on 14-11. 14-10 was really where Blackfire Torch in particular was mega busted. So anything that could use it, Lilia, Brand, were extremely strong. Still think a lot of those champions will be meta, because there's also Tristana, Yone, and Corki, all of which are top tier picks in the mid lane, so it kind of works naturally. The big thing is that Peanut obviously hasn't played a carry jungle style in a very long time, but we have seen that he's extremely good at playing into it. The main example is, you know, the one game where they were down 10k against DK specifically. That was Canyon, who, as we have seen very recently, is built different when it comes to being a jungler. And for Lucid, very much in line with the rest of his team, if he can mimic the great moments that he had last split, if he can string those together consistently, I don't know if it's enough to do a Peanut, but it should be enough to at least give DK again that early game aggression that they were really, really good at finding last split. But actually closing out the game, not only against Peanut, but against Viper and Delight as well, is much easier said than done. Because when it comes to team fights, this team can match with the best in the LCK.
Yeah, they definitely can. I think that is going to be one big thing, that in terms of the 1v1 like team matchup that we have, Humble Life Esports will have a massive advantage over them. Is the team fighting, is the teamwork, the coordination. They showed that they were able to do that so many times against so many strong teams in the LCK.
Alrighty, let's do it, man.
Spring, but DK, you know, they looked okay at times, but then sometimes you were just left wondering, where are the comms? Like, are these guys even talking? Who's leading the team? Definitely some question marks for sure, watching DK at times at the end of spring. And I can only hope that they've taken some time. You know, they didn't have to go to MSI. They just got to sit back, practice, and try to improve on some of those weak points.
DK picking a blue side here. LCK, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about, the new formats, challengers, also implementing Fearless. Not here.
Not here.
We are playing good old-fashioned League of Legends as the summer split kicks off.
All right, here we go. Let's see these picks, man. Let's see these picks.
Thing, right? So,
come on.
We'll have to wait and see what the future looks like, as there has been a bunch of news recently, but it's neither here nor there, as we do have this first matchup here. We're getting into the first draft of summer. Always very exciting to see, hey, what do the Korean teams look like? What are they prioritizing in the draft? Who do they think is really strong? Who's first pickable, who has to be banned? And Lee Sin is going to be taken away from Lucid right from the get-go. That was the pick that he was able to make waves against Genji with.
Lessons remains learned. One of the cool things is that while I think AP junglers currently are top tier, there's still situations where we see tank junglers, Sejuani Maokai are still there, and Xin Zhao Li will always remain relevant as well, just by the virtue. And on this patch specifically, because Blackfire Torch isn't nearly as aggressive, AP junglers are still preferred, but they're not the only way to go. Another thing is that Skarner is expected to be a must-ban on red side. That is a very, very easy first pick on blue side. You can flex it between jungle and top. It's an immovable object in lane. Insanely obnoxious to deal with in team fights as well. And I would expect that to be the final banner for Hanwha. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure DK is going to swipe that one up.
Yeah, it feels like a good Kingen champion as well. He is very strong at playing those team fights. Really amazing picks. Also, you think about his Ornn, right? Fantastic for laning, fantastic for team fighting. It's like the perfect Kingen pick. I think he's gonna slam it here. I'm not really sure what else you would.
Wow, the Maokai picked, Lee Sin, Lucian, Ashe.
Certain
Those
scenario,
are good bands.
You really wanted to prio like an 80 carry pick for aiming or something like that, but let's see what DK thinks is the best pick to choose here in the B1 slot. It's got to be Skarner.
Yeah. Shouldn't come as a surprise. The Nidalee has been a extremely high priority champion as well ever since coming up during MSI. Canyon picking it in that TES series. Ever since, we've seen it be very often actually picked in those early rotations on red side. First up, Corki, another pick that I expect to be picked up sooner rather than later. Kalista, though, remains very relevant, and there is Peanut picking away.
Wow. The Nidalee pick is
I like it.
crazy. Oh,
And
Vi.
he's gonna go back to
Wow.
comfort. It is Talia and Vi alongside a Skarner.
That's
Do
the
you
top
get to play
side.
the game as the enemy team if you're playing into that? Is my question. I think the answer is no.
Yeah, not particularly. Really strong top side here. Vi, Talia in particular is a combination that obviously have guaranteed lockdown for the Talia. The skirmishing is insanely strong. It's really easy to make rotations, set up dives in side lane, and you have the best top laner of the current moment. So I think DK gonna feel great. Looking at the power picks though, Humble Life still gonna feel good. That Tristana Nidalee in particular, Tristana always has prio, allowing Nidalee to play a really aggressive game. But this is a really big deviation from the normal game plan of what we saw Humble Life have a lot of success with back in spring. And I think Zeka's Tristana also has been, it's been okay. But
Yeah, you know, I think it's
I'm willing
been
to
good.
trust him. It's been better than the Corki.
Yeah, I think in terms of stats, we always kind of lumped it in with like the melee like assassin types, and he was always better at Tristana than, as you mentioned, the Corki or other kind of like control mage stuff. We do like Zeka on the Tristana better than other stuff. It's not quite his Yone, not quite his Akali, but definitely with the meta.
Oh,
where he's at
Kali
right
would
now,
be
I think it's a good pick.
crazy to
And Cassante
see.
immediately gets banned away. I think that's a good choice. Definitely a common
Sante,
response. You can
goodbye.
see another one of those broken top lane picks at the moment. Corki and Renata Glask also taken off the board.
Wonder if we are looking towards like a Zeri.
Holy
front laner.
moly,
Obviously,
man.
With Kalista, the laning phase is going to be very oppressive. It's not where Delight traditionally excels, as it will be the Zac picked up here for Doran. Pick popularized by
Holy
G2 and
MOLY.
MSI, and
Alrighty.
end up being
We're
adopted
looking
by everyone
pretty crazy.
at the
Skarner,
tournament.
Vi, Talia,
Definitely not
Kalista,
enough for
Nidalee,
Skarner
Tristana,
and
Zac.
pressure,
Wow.
but
And then the
real skill up
Ziggs pick.
for
Okay.
Reliable
Oh, never
frontline
mind. Okay.
as
That was a
carry
lock.
pool is wide open at this point in time as well. Jhin, I know, isn't the most popular pick, but I do think it actually works really well. This, though, I
Wow.
gotta say,
Zyra Khan?
if it ends up being the Zyra Rakan,
That would be
I like
crazy.
the Rakan part of this. I think picking away Rakan
Wow.
from the light, that part I'm okay with. But
With
trying to
Talia,
Zaya,
Vi, and Skarner? Wow. I mean, that's a
it's in Italy, and Zaya
that's
in
a
general, I
team,
think, is just
but-
not in the best of spots. It is an aim and comfort pick, and we'll see if that's enough to get them through.
We'll see. Yeah.
I mean, it
What?
gives him an escape if he gets himself into a weird spot.
When?
We oftentimes do.
When? Oh.
Sorry, not if, when it does happen. Leona alongside
And
of
Leona.
that is it packs a big punch in terms of engage and in terms of a lot of CC between those two. And
Hell yeah.
make some
Yeah, you
plays,
bet your ass it's exciting.
alongside of that. Definitely,
This should be
a
good.
lot
This should
of
be good. Hopefully it
damage
just
within that composition already with the Tristana and
I
the
think
Nidalee,
HLE
so
wins, right?
just adding a lot of team fighting
I think
power there
HLE
with that.
wins, but I mean everyone just wants to see not, T1 win again, right? I think that's the goal.
Very happy about and parts that
Of course everyone likes it still,
beg
but
some questions in the case of DK. I really am looking
They
at
win,
Zaya,
what,
how
every
effective
time?
is that going to be, particularly if you end up going for Lethality Kalista. Having Lethality Kalista as well as Nidalee and trying to play Zaya, that's a bad time, right? Zaya loves it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
You're playing these short-range characters into her. There are parts of that. This is, of course, a front-to-back teamfight come from Hanwha, but their poke can be quite strong. And that's why I think the Rakan-Skarner combo is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting for DK. For DK, that mid-jungle duo looks incredibly strong. And while I think that Nidalee Kalista, or Nidalee Tristana, rather, can be really strong if you are able to set the tempo from the get-go and start invading, start roaming, doesn't have a lot of CC, and those skirmishes can be really hard to play out well. And Peanut on a hard carry pick, we know that he's made a career for himself doing this, right? But in the last couple of years, that's not who he's been. So we'll see how it ends up working out for Hanwha.
Yeah, I do like the idea, especially playing into Lucid, just to, get in his face, get in his jungle, not allow him to play the game and say, hey, I'm the veteran here, I'm going to run the Rift, and let's see if he can do exactly that as we hop onto the Rift for game number 1.
let's do it. Wow, that is so intense. That is intense, man. That's so cool. They start that. I love the spectate
We
mode.
got all the fans
Looks
back
so
here
good.
in the stadium. It feels so real as we hop into summer 2024 with match 1, game 1
Match 1, game 1. Let's go.
Many to come, and it's a great matchup. DK versus Hamalife Esports. I said before, I do think that Hamalife Esports kind of have the advantage in terms of play styles, but I am excited to see how DK have developed over the summer. If Lucid can be a bit more consistent, if the teamwork is there, the communication that we lacked in spring, can they put it all together here for summer?
And if you missed the pre-show, you might be wondering, why am I looking at double PTA? Lethal Tempo is gone, no longer, no longer a rune, and PTA has become kind of the premier rune for AD carries instead. No longer gives amplification to the target, you know, so you can't use it as a support rune either, which we saw at times. Camille, for example.
Wow, yeah, they timed that leash. Looks good.
Way back in
Good
the day,
timing.
That's not really a thing anymore. Instead,
Yeah, you don't want to fight Skarner like that.
way back in the day, and that's not really a thing anymore. Instead, you get damage amplification for yourself, and it sticks around. Also does mean most likely January still goes Hail of Blades, so not going to be the case right now. Another thing
This
that
should
I
definitely
usually
be an
think
interesting
is well, is where are these junglers pathing?
matchup.
And it looks both are heading towards the bottom half of the map.
We got Delight going in there, but honestly, not the best trade. I think he's trying to enable.
Yeah,
Viper
Callista's
to
just
also
gonna
get in
poke
there and
them.
Callista things at level 1, but
Yeah.
so far aiming on Kellen just fine, but trying to hit level 2 here, and Delight will be able to do that. He does take a big chunk of damage as
He
goes
did take
in
a
and
big
tries to
chunk.
make the best of that level 2 power spike, but doesn't amount to too much.
Yeah, I wonder if they want to set up for an early dive here, because this is some really aggressive trading by Viper and Delight. So might be looking
Ooh.
to try and leverage the power that Nidalee has. And
Tristana mid is
overall,
so
Peanut
um
and let's get the smite. Knows
Yeah.
this is happening.
Well, let's see how it goes. Peanut's getting in there. That is the smite.
Wow.
Going the way of Lucid, and he does get out. So Peanut will get in his face.
Very
Straight
nice.
From his red side jungle
Very
to,
nicely done. Get some counter
Lucid's
juggling here
red side
too.
Jungle, red buff jungle, and he's going to make his presence known as we expect here on the Nidalee. A lot of movements around the map as now Delight's getting in here, level 2. And even an ignite
Wow.
put into Callan, just trying
An
to
ignite
keep up
there
that
kinda
pressure
stinks.
as much as possible.
Lucid being set behind right from the get-go. Very nicely done there by Humble Life. Very straightforward, right? Play around the prio that you have. Viper and Delight
Yeah.
putting out a lot of pressure, and you're not really able to contest. As Zaya Rakan, early levels into Viper and Delight. Peanut gets an extra buff. Gonna find himself a small lead, and this Lucid is taking a bit of a gamble here as
What's going on up in the top
Wow.
right here? It is Zach, so he does get some regen back, but a very close trade after all. As Kingen getting in there with the shield, the top Scar.
Oh, you got
jungle
Pal's
DPO
passive.
is going to get the passive of Zach. Can he get the kill? Is the question. He's not going
No,
to try
there's
for
no
it.
way.
As a little hop comes in, that's going to force a flash from
Wow.
Showmaker. As both these teams, they came to play today. They're not sitting back and farming. They are getting in each other's face.
Yeah,
still a
every
really
lane
great
so
here
far as
for
well. They
Kingen
are
towards the top side
aggro.
of the
They are
map.
very
The
aggro
passive
so
is
far.
huge. Takes away a lot of safety from the Zek, and Doran is going to be forced to TP first. And then in mid lane, Zeka forcing out the flash from Showmaker. Gonna be big, particularly when you look at the fact that Peanut has been accelerated in this jungle matchup. Not having flash on the Talia means you're a lot more susceptible to getting found by these spares. And as mentioned, especially for champions like
Oh, come on.
Vida, just want to get to 6 as soon as possible. Getting an early red buff is a really big win.
That's definitely very nice. As we
Doran?
do see some more trading up on the top side. Just going to be knocked to the wall just a bit here. Doran saying, okay, I'd love to take some trades. I am Zach after all, but we do see that
Yeah,
he is
they're just gonna
totally
trade
fine to
like
do that as
crazy.
well on the Skarner. Feel a little
I
bit
think
bad
the
for
action's gonna be in
Russian
bot
players.
lane
We see our
early
very
on here.
cool new graphic of the jungle pathing. I mean, we're going to introduce it, and then the players just had to go ahead and fight a bunch. So we quickly had to bring that down. But I'm sure you guys will get another look at that. And speaking of which,
there
here
we
we go.
go.
We got another one. Jungle lane proximity. Where have they been, and where have they been near is the question.
Always love this kind of information with junglers. As you can see there, for example, like Lucid trying to look for something. Viper and the Light not gonna be found. Obviously, the top half of the map already being on the second clear, so you can see a little bit more heat there. One of the few downsides that you do have with Skarner is because you go Fimbulwinter. Right now, you're only sitting on a tier, so not the biggest of power spikes, as we do see Peanut again.
He doesn't need
Naked.
items.
No, he doesn't. And the payoff
fine.
is also, as we all know, pretty monumental. But Doran is really struggling here in this 1v1, as very nicely done here by Humble Life, as expected, using the prio in bot and mid to set themselves up for an early dragon.
Yeah, that's what you like to see with the Nidalee, with the push, with the great trades from Zeka in the mid lane already, and the pushing power that he does have. So will be this.
Yeah, they get Drake early. They just have so much aggro.
Right from the get-go.
They're gonna have so much prio with the Callista Leona. Nidalee's counter jungling the Vi very well.
But yeah, I mean, top lane's kind of in an interesting spot because we have seen, you know, a lot of
Oh,
different
they actually look like they're
kind
getting,
of options
you know,
being
top
opted
lane's
into
proxying.
the Skarner. The Cassante is oftentimes answered pretty early on, but this time it got banned because they went for other.
There has been a lot of action early, and no kills though. No kills, a lot of action. I think two flashes, right? Well, one flash.
Looks great for him.
One flash just from the Talia so far.
Otherwise, they might look for a play towards
I think
top.
so.
Big thing here is that Viper and Delight
Pretty
set
much
up
all
a
summoners up
Oh,
still.
no. Not the face check.
Oh.
Not the face check, Doran. Not
Oh.
this time, as he is going to go into the ult. But there's
And
three
that's
people here.
it.
First blood for King.
Wow.
And just like that.
The face check into no
Doran,
vision
your
there with
bot
3
side
people
is set up
missing
a
as
great freeze, so even if
wow.
King heads down towards the bot lane,
yeah.
you will be
Wow,
in a great spot.
wow.
And then he just walks in. And if you have passive, then maybe you can try and find a way to play around it.
Into no vision there is crazy, but I guess he's thinking he's Zach. I mean, at the end of the day, he's pretty tanky, but
Obviously, he was the one getting invaded.
he knows he's against a Skarner. He's got to know.
So, you know, he tried. He got in there.
So
okay.
I imagine that being in the pit for grubs, it's like he's like walking in and pulling them, and then he's walking out again.
Yeah.
Or maybe the ward that he placed. We do see, unfortunately, here for Kingen, he is not having the best of times here, and this response is a little slow here. So really nice for Hanwha, allows him to
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah, bro, that was
but still,
nuts.
this was a free kill being given
Nuts.
to Skarner. And the one thing that I do want to be a little bit worried about for Hanwha Life is that if Skarner gets really accelerated and starts building these
That was nice.
beefy tank items, they are going to have a tough time chewing through them. Zeka is the
Well,
only one
got
I
the
think
first
that's
kill
done a
out, what,
decent
you know,
job.
7.5 minutes in. That's pretty good. For all the action we've seen, honestly, just getting a first kill now is honestly surprising. I feel like there's been a lot of fighting so far.
Quite fed, 80 carry.
Okay.
Scales really well, and
Little poke there. She's backing anyway. Oh, maybe not. Pops pot.
It's going to take a while, and already with this lead for King, and it's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Already up 1,000.
he does not want to let him back
There
there
was
and
that
just delay
one
reset.
Drake that went the way of Humble Life
He
Esports,
yeah, it just forces
and
him to
some
stay
nice
at this point.
aggression from them in terms of the bottom
That's
lane.
pretty
They
good.
got some plates, but that's just about it.
You have Vi down there as
So far,
well.
it
You got
does feel
Lucid.
like DK are in control of this game. Is now a little bit of a roam squad coming in here onto Zeka. We already have the stun on the rock.
Interesting.
As
Oh,
Zeka's
wow.
flash available as Kingen going to, oh God,
Wow,
he's
they're
gonna
gonna go
push
for
away.
it.
Zeka just walking
They're going
all
for
over
it.
4 people here,
Wow.
and everybody's gonna get in
Very
there.
well done.
And
Very
take
well
them
done.
down
Wow.
as they finally get rid
Oh,
of
and
that
Zach
pesky
is-
Tristana.
Yeah, he really hurting
Tristana
Skarner there.
notoriously slippery there. Zeka
Wow.
able to
I believe Tristana flashed there as
withstand the
well,
first
right?
punch,
I missed
withstand
it for
the
a
second
second.
punch, but then by the time
Oh, wow.
Lucid comes in with the ultimate, there's no
pressed R.
cooldowns are amazing. He did press R, and that's one of the reasons why the Vi has been so high prior for so long. It's because sometimes there's just nothing that you can do. Big thing as well is that because
Oh, hell yeah.
really looking
Hell
for
yeah,
that
hell
run
yeah.
earlier on, so there wasn't really a great opportunity.
I knew this was
for
gonna be a
Hanwha
very
to push
entertaining
sideways
game.
Because a 4-man investment towards the mid lane of the map really is something that, if you can get a punish,
Very nice,
that's
very
not
nice.
necessarily going to be worth it. As you can see here, I think initially they were maybe expecting a dive to come.
Yeah, and he uses E there, so he uses E right as 3 of them are walking up towards him, so no E has to flash.
Ends
Wow.
up getting the flash, ends up getting the ult.
The Zai, yeah, the Zai ult, the Vi ult, wow.
The outplay there by Lucid.
Very nicely
Going in
done.
and pressing R. Unfortunately, can't outplay that one. Another kill for DK.
I mean, that's why Vi's awesome, right?
Let's not forget, this is what DK did a lot in spring as well.
Her ultimate is so useful, and, you know, knocking everyone in the meantime. Oh no, these stupid ads.
That's going to be the case as we get deeper into this game.
Don't want to miss any of that.
Going to set them up into a pretty nice spot, and to be honest, I think early on in the split, it can be really nice to just be able
What
to
do we
get
got
these
here? Wow.
early leads and just
They're
get
doing
the
well.
opponents where things
Oh,
might be a little
Vice
bit
here.
rusty on both sides.
Vice
As
here.
now we still have
Oh, and the
his pressure, but now
CP.
CP coming in. Viper
Oh,
is in a lot
yeah.
of trouble as he is going to flash over the
We
wall.
get
He
ult.
does use his
Talia.
barrier as well,
We
but
need
there's
Talia ult,
a lot
right?
of places for him to go. He's getting poked down, and there is the
Yeah,
knock.
there
And
she
Viper
is
will
from
go down. The light's
Callisto.
going in, trying to peel for
Yeah,
the
on
team,
the
but
flash.
he's got the
Wow.
flash out as well.
Wow,
He
wow,
sees
wow, wow.
The rest of his team, but this is still a huge win for DK.
Meanwhile, Kingman also
Yes, it is. And
already
Skarner's
rotating
pushing
over.
Zach's top. Skarner
Doesn't
mid.
get the demolish proc, which always feels very bad. And Doran wasn't part of that whole sequence because he was pushing in the top lane.
Wow,
but
that's
the very
that's
least, they were able to
that
get a
movement
little
speed
bit
on the
of
Skarner is
1v1.
hilarious.
As the plate, I think, still standing. As four plates still up. So big win again there for DK. And even without aiming having his ultimate available, Humble Life overstep a little bit because they did spawn
Yeah,
Peanut
yeah,
rather early
yeah.
on. And as a result, that TP from Showmaker ends up being huge.
Yeah, it does work out excellently for him. I mean, he did have to flash early in his lane. He was getting pressured a lot, but you know, the other lanes were
Yeah,
doing
just
so
I mean, just
well,
based on their picks
they were
alone,
able
I
to
mean,
roam on up and help him out as
they do
Zed
get a
got
second
back
drag
here,
though.
but Helen
Wow.
also on vision. There will be a second Drake here going to the
Yes,
hands
it
of
is.
Homolite
2 for
Esports,
2.
and you know what?
Very
Hawks
nice.
here
They're
on
down
the
3-0
LCK
though. They're down 3-0 on
number
kills.
one. Nothing changes.
But they have
They
2
can
Drakes.
console. The LCK remains
They're
the same.
actually out farming
Hawks in
them.
it.
Already
Not Zach, of
slacking.
course, but
As they see King and like, you know
Wow.
what? I don't think we beat him, and I think that was the right call. I think let it be.
Yeah.
Lucid also is about to get his team to 6 grubs. This isn't
yeah,
necessarily
6 scrubs is strong, and then I mean they get that rift. Wow.
Or a TF or a Tristana in that side lane. And the one thing I do
The
wanna
gold's
give
pretty
Humble Life
even
a lot of
still.
credit for is that the Drakes are nice, but with this soul, you're like.
You know, about 1,000 gold off.
But the
But as a
CS
team,
and
that's
the
not
amount of
really
waves that have been dropped by
that
DK
crazy.
in these rotations mean that the gold lead isn't actually that
Yeah,
deep. So
this is
we're
a good
gonna
play.
go
The
in
good TP coming
relatively
in.
quick.
Calista
Here
just
it's
gets
just a nice
absolutely
punish,
stuck. I mean, what is she
as,
doing over there?
Lucius
She
tries
is
to
way
get
out
on
of
Viper
way
there.
out
The
of
light stops him from
the world she should
getting
be
on top
in.
of him, but yeah,
You know,
you're Calista, so you're
they
just
can't
like
peel
on
for her
the
that
fight
much
field,
with,
you're like,
from both angles. You know,
What do I
it's
do?
just
What do I do?
done.
where do I go? And yeah, honestly, Showmaker had his ultimate there. I actually thought that maybe they were looking towards it. And I think the DK in Spring would have. I don't know if it would have worked, but it seems like they've taken a bit of a slower
Yeah,
pace.
a little bit more restraint.
Just
You know?
a bit.
You don't generally in any game, even if you do have a lead, it can be very easy to throw it if you just say, okay, we are so much stronger than them. Let's just send it essentially, and that can get you into a lot of weird, funky scenarios where you get caught out and you fall behind, and it gets very sad for you. But DK did not do that. They showed their restraint. They got the little win, and they are building on it. So definitely a nice development so far. They should know that coming into Homolife Esports here for match number 1 is not going to be easy. So
Yeah.
certainly have their head on straight here to start. Homolife Esports still some work to do. I feel
That
like
goal
Phenom,
difference
you
is
know,
crazy.
early on,
Also,
definitely
Rakabi
putting on
level
that pressure in
7.
the jungle, but since then, not able to do
Wukami
too much.
level
Homolife
7 is
wait and see how this
pretty
does develop.
interesting. Oh wow, what are we looking at here?
And part of that is because
What are we looking at
there's a
here?
lot of pressure, and I think particularly that 1-2 of Vi and Rakan, you need to play very respectful. If you ever make a misstep, as that,
Oh.
Yeah, speaking of which, I mean, they're just going to flash on him here, and they have so much CCs, they can just flash
Oh,
away.
wow.
One aiming, getting on in there, the double knockup from the side of Showmaker, and
Oh,
now,
wow,
DK, they finally
dude.
get that pesky Tristana
DK
again
is
on top
playing
of
out
Turret.
of their
And
mind
DK are
right
running away
now.
with this first one. Now we got the Impale coming in, as Viper does have Showmaker
Oh.
on him as well. Gets knocked into the
That's
wall,
it?
gets the back up into the
Oh
air, and
my
it's
lord.
just so sad for the Calista in this game.
I see. Based on comps, I knew
speed
DK was
sequence coming
outmatching
through
them in so
from
many
DK.
ways. Wow.
First, towards the bot side, that turret is long gone, let it go. That kill, a lot is invested by DK. I think that might, in of itself, still be manageable for Humble Life. But then the kill in mid as well, Kingen is like, why did you give me Skarner? Guys, we know what this champion can do, and Viper, not having the best showing so far on Kalista, but you're playing Kalista into Rakan, Vi, Skarner and Talia, like that's not a good time.
Yeah, you don't get to play the game. As now,
Oh
speaking of which, they try to
my,
rush
man.
onto the rip
Oh
trail. And now
my.
Doran's just dead. I mean, he might go down to his
Doran's
passive here,
done,
but
yeah.
now you're down to Zach. The Zach isn't doing anything at this point in time. DK's still
He's
going to be
done.
respectful, but here comes Skarner. He's going through.
Oh,
Can you get away from this
yeah,
guy?
he gets
He's gonna knock
Leona.
Leona into this one. Delight
She's
knows he's
done.
dead. He goes in, accepts his fate. and
Absolutely
Deep was
knows he's
Kia,
done.
7-0 right now, totally owning this first game.
Wow,
Again,
man.
is that
DK
combo,
is
the Talia
destroying
with
right now.
Guaranteed CC is so insanely obnoxious to play into. We saw this pick.
What do they have? Almost
absolute
4K
top
gold they
tier
have.
priority during
Almost
MSI's
4K gold
again,
advantage
we're
right now.
seeing it here
Or
because
lead.
the reality
Wow.
is
야,
that if
보던 거
you're
그냥
CC'd,
자크 노텔이라며.
landing this is the easiest thing in the
왜면서?
world. So Showmaker, all he
말린다.
needs
나홍
is
안 돼?
someone to enable him, and the entirety of his team is doing a wonderful job.
So
맞췄어,
at first
맞췄어.
he was just talking about Zach not having teleport, and then it's just
Wow,
talking about
wow,
this fight.
wow.
성훈아
Curious.
그거 땡기면 나 궁대. 얘 노플.
If you grab him,
This, oh,
he
노플이야
doesn't
노플이야.
have flash, and
보자,
I will
보자,
come
보자.
over with the wall, is what he's saying. And Showmaker calls
천천히,
it.
천천히
King's
칠게.
like, all right.
나이스.
And that's it. Just very nice call from Showmaker, makes the play. Kane sets it up.
Such a good play, wow.
Showmaker knocks it down.
and now all of a sudden,
So much
Alpha Life,
vision.
when it comes to gold, not
Oh,
against
the
world, but they're
TP.
down.
The TP from
7
Zach.
kills, Valdez.
Skarner coming up from the
7 kills,
bottom.
they're
This
down
could be
4,000 gold. They're
a
trying to make
crazy
play here for this
fight.
third Drake, the Chemtech Drake. Trying to set up soul point for the team.
Look at the Scorpion. Look at the vision control here for DK as well.
Huh. Well, they do have Kingen coming in from behind. They should know he is around. They got a ward down to spot him.
Yeah, they
And
got
now
him.
Viper with the Mega Cone making his way over. Doran has to hop away. Oh, kind of a
With
precarious
Skarner on the
situation
side here,
for
this could
Homolite
be very
Esports as they have
interesting.
grouped up as a team. And ult sent in. Delight not going to do much, and Kingen still threatening on the back line. Now Peanut is going to be able to land this smite, but what does this fight look like as Viper not able to play the game once again? Delight is already
Yeah,
down,
Callista
and they
done.
might
Wow,
see around
DK is
everybody on the side of
destroying,
Homolite Esports just trying to
man.
run away from the side
DK,
of Team
DK,
He's
up 10
still
zip.
coming in from the side of Showmaker. He wants more, and he will have more as Peanut doesn't
Oh
do anything.
my
It is a clean
lord.
ace that comes down 17 minutes into
And
the
he's
game.
already mid, shoving that turret.
DK! Yeah, they lose
Wow.
the track, but I'm telling you, they do not care.
Wow, wow, wow.
Valdez.
They are destroying.
Viper doesn't get to play.
DK
Look at this.
is
They can't
absolutely
go up
going
to the
crazy
king
right now, out of
because
their
it's
mind.
Skarner. No way. Even with them knowing that he's coming, it doesn't change anything. And it's again so much work being done. I think by Kellen
Just look at Viper the whole
creating
time.
space. I don't even like Viper's also in the grand scheme of things at this point is like 0-2 Callista. So I don't think he's going to be the difference maker. But the problem is that once you start losing against a team with this much guaranteed initiation, where they can just chain, and playing onto them is hard because of the existence of this Talia as well. And you're playing into Xayah. Like, this is the situation where Xayah obviously is going to have the best time as he's done the most damage in the game, Valdez.
Yeah.
I feel like we
That's just
learned
Skarner.
we
Like,
learned why Skarner.
Wow,
Why
man.
Skarner should probably be
Skarner is
bad.
so strong.
I feel like Homolite Esports
Skarner
came into
is
this
so
draft and
strong.
They had a vision of how it was going to look. They say, okay, we're going to give up this big prio pick. We're going to play our game. We're going to put on a ton of pressure and try to get really far ahead. Peanut's going to make a lot of waves early on, but honestly, I mean, you've got this Leona and Xayah. It's not really doing much at all, and they had some pressure, but they weren't able to capitalize on it at all. So once you kind of lose a lot of that power from what you were drafting, it just feels bad. As now Lucid is going in. He got engaged
Oh
on, but he
my
doesn't care. He
lord,
wants
this
more
game's
blood,
over.
and it's
Get
such a
it out of
lackluster
here.
move from Homolite Esports, who don't have a
14-0
single
is
kill yet in this first game.
crazy
Still
at 20
nothing.
minutes.
400 life to Drakes.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
there's something, but
I mean,
it doesn't mean that much in the grand scheme of things. Even if you end up getting the soul somehow, you're
he
gonna
doesn't
be
even
at a.
flash. Like, he has
Oh,
flash.
he knows.
doesn't
Oh
know
my
why.
lord, they're
No
down
way. At this point,
8k
obviously,
gold.
It is gonna have to be a colossal and consecutive sequences of mistake from DK to lose control of this game.
Yeah,
Right,
I
you're
mean, they'd have
up
to
almost
like
9K gold.
completely
You
end for the rest
have
of the game.
Multiple Fed carries, incredible front line. As we take a look here, Lucid has faith in the rest of his team to come in. This Talia wall, level 2 on the ultimate. Showmaker flashing, and it's the cohesion on DK that I think is really impressive. And we talked a lot about Showmaker coming in, talked a lot about Lucid coming in, and I think Showmaker in particular is having
I know.
classic
I know. I
Showmaker game
know.
in his impact on the map. But I
We
also
thought
think
HLE would
that's
win.
talent.
They won 2 out
Kellen
of 2 maps
has,
last time
obviously
they
been one of the
played in
most
February.
criticized parts of this roster, I think for very good reason as well. But his Rakan this time around has been everywhere where he needs to be. And it's making the game very hard to play for Humble Life. I wouldn't be surprised if DK is going to start up this Nash sometime soon and force Humble Life to either hard commit to a 5v5, which he shouldn't win. As yep, that'll do it.
Remember how the laning phase went too. I mean, Zeka looked like he was in a pretty comfortable spot. He was ahead about 20 CS. He got the flash away from the Talia. Things were looking okay, but unfortunately the rest of the team did nothing, and then he just got caught out a couple of times, and now he's just irrelevant. Like, he doesn't exist in this game. I forgot that Tristana was even picked. And now,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Zeka was playing so
21
strong in the
minutes
beginning of this
See a
game,
nice little item grab
only to
here,
get
item value.
just beat up.
See what they have picked up. Chronicler's already writing his POG vote. this game is over. You know,
Realistically, Valdez. So if
it's the way it is.
If the Nidalee was on the other team, then we could talk. But this time around,
They're trying so hard to beat them. About 10k gold almost now. Not a little over 9k gold.
Which is still a ton of team
Lead.
power. You're playing into Talia and Zaya. Like if they have their hands on the keyboards, you should not be able to get through them.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I think the only way they get through it is if they get a very nice early lead.
Yeah.
But everything just fell apart so quickly early on that if you don't get the lead, this
It
round
sure
just
did.
falls flat on its face into what DK have. So, ooh, that was close. The Light's going to walk it off. Doesn't seem to care. Still has that opposition up, and they're not going to ult onto him. So, good call as well, showing some more restraint from D plus Kia, even up this far.
Oh, you know King's going to solo this dragon. As Lucid will be in the area just to ensure that it won't get stolen away.
Wait, we got like more graphics here?
Oh, yeah.
The gold board?
No.
Wow.
Okay, so there's 275.
So what I'm wondering is, what is that the kill goal for Hanwha?
Wait, but they have 0 kills.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Anyway, Zeka, he is going to get stunned up here, and you know that Showmaker, he wants more. He's having the game.
This
of
is
his
just
life, and
abuse,
Viper's
man.
so sad
This is
in
abuse.
this game. He never got to play for even a single second. The Light's already laughing.
This is
Look on
abuse.
camera, they know.
They know this game is over. For Hanwha Life, you're going to be able to play on blue side. You're probably going to think twice about leaving open Skarner for the rest of the series, and I don't think this is going to throw them off too much. But this first game, DK coming out swinging here in the first game of summer.
Yeah. I mean, we can watch this again.
We're watching a replay, guys. They're like, what is it, 13k gold up?
Did Zeka dodge that, or was he charmed the opposite way?
Wow.
from the
They're like a
slice
whole
with
item
Show?
up.
That's like the one thing
each.
I'm curious about in this play, because
That
their
is
solo kills,
crazy.
you know, we kind of know where we're at right now. D plus Kia are just kind of bopping them over the head with a giant sledgehammer. And, yeah, they get the kills, they get the Baron, 24 minutes in. Don't need a Zyra jungle in this case, is now, oh god, Showmaker just flashing on him.
Yeah,
Gonna take
it's
down Viper
done.
as well.
This looks like solo queue, man.
Maybe because D plus Kia
This
is
looks
right
like
in
solo
here. I mean,
queue
they're
right
so far
now.
ahead, they have the power, and Kingan's not even there. Doesn't have TP. He's just bullying Doran in the bottom lane, as he has been all game. Oh, well, that feels bad. All right, Delight. Okay, come on.
Delight.
It's over.
He got on top of Showmaker.
Nice try, nice try.
It doesn't matter, but he didn't. He didn't, Valdez.
Good combo. Nice effort.
They couldn't get a single kill.
What is happening? Okay, did they go too far? Zeka is full health. The flash on in mid-ultimate, and the knockup comes in. And that'll put the nail in the coffin on this game. I mean, as another knockup is going to come in, Doran flashing on in, does knock them together, but a double knockup comes in now.
Got a kill!
And Skarner just got here, as yes, they did get the kill.
Dude,
onto the
DK,
support
man.
who has Warmogs. Okay, the game is finally over.
Destroyed him.
22 kills to 1. D plus Kia
To
come in
1
and
kill.
smash Humble Life Esports
Wow.
in game number 1.
Now that is how you get a lead and you keep that lead. Oh my lord. That was nuts. At first, I mean, all the action, HLE is looking great. Honestly, HLE was, I mean, DK's comp I still thought was way better from the very beginning, from pregame, but that action in the beginning was crazy. And then DK just won all of the interactions. At first, I think they burned a couple of flashes from HLE, from a couple of good ganks from Italy, and then that was it. A couple team fights, turn around, get a little bit of gold advantage here and there, and snowballed perfectly. You can't, you know, write that better. Can't script it better than that.
That would be huge, but unfortunately for Humble Life,
Yeah, they gotta do some watching of what happened that game, because that was not well done. Skarner needs to be gone from them. They need to get rid of Skarner instantly. Yeah.
If you don't fall far behind, you are going to win with it.
Skarner needs to be permabanned.
We'll have to wait and see
100%.
what game number 2 looks like in the draft and in the play, but Showmaker has let the show begin. And he'll probably be picking up the POG for this first one. But guys, we are done here for game number 1. We're going to take a break and have
It's funny because HLE had Prio early. Didn't get any kills. They had DK burn a couple of flashes. They got 2 out of 2 Drakes in the beginning. I mean, they were looking so much better. I mean, this is a great all-in here for Turret. I mean, very well done. Their vision control was better the whole game as well. Everything was just better on DK's side. Wow. This is a beautiful collapse between everyone. Wow. This was just silly. This is the silly catching them out kind of thing, but I hope they show that they need to show that replay of the TP down bot turning that fight. That's really what turned the game. That's what gave DK the advantage, and then they never lost it again. I mean, look at this level advantage as well. They're just miles ahead by this point. Italy actually, oh, so they got 3 Drakes and got just, I think, got 1 kill for the game and destroyed them. Wow. Yeah, and then this ult over is, wow. Very, very well done. They need to show that early TP bot. They need to show that. That's really where things got very spicy. Wow. Yeah, I forgot about this one too. That was more towards the end anyway. This flash, oh my lord. That is so well done. So well done. So well done. They finally get their first kill of the game. Wow, with no mana, barely any health to end the. Wow, they were just so far ahead. Look at Lucid laughing. You can just see Lucid is laughing. After that, they were, yeah, very well done. We got 4 minutes to the next game. Oh, what do we? Oh, is this the? Okay. Sorry. The skin's kind of cool. That's an awesome skin. Sure, I have no idea. It's just like the Split trailer? Is that what this is? Just the Summer Split trailer? Oh, it's fake. Wow. I swear, in League of Legends, Faker just is the legend. It's crazy. That dude is like a celebrity in the world of video games. More League, of course, but in general. Nuts, nuts, nuts. What a nuts game to start. Game 2, I don't know. I mean, that kind of momentum going into Game 2, winning, what, 22 kills to 1, 15, 20k gold lead? I don't know. DK might just wipe the floor with him again. HLE has to regroup and ban Skarner. The Skarner ban is it's a necessity. Crazy, crazy. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. This is crazy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the space after the shellacking that was the game number 1, the first game of the LCK Plus, destroying Hanwha Life Esports. And we had a guy on the space earlier say that Mao thought that aiming was a better bot laner than Viper, and then he made fun of him. That person was Ox. Ox, you got some explaining to do.
It's one game, man. You know, I feel like if anyone is going to apologize, I think that needs to be Hanwha Life Esports, because that was the worst draft I've seen in
that was terrible
2024 from the LCK, which is only one game, but it was really bad.
It might hold up, too.
Yeah, I mean,
their picks were terrible there.
Open, really strong, obviously, and then they end up with this Kalista Nidalee, both, you know, these picks that are pretty mobile, pretty squishy, and they lock in the Vi to Leah. And it's like, how are they supposed to play the game? How is Nidalee supposed to play
I don't know
the
what
game?
they were thinking.
Down into the full combo. Kalista, it's already a nightmare scenario. And then they end up with like the Zac Nidalee top side, which is, I really have no idea.
Yeah,
what
those
they're trying to
terrible
achieve. If they wanted
picks.
to perfect games, Well, they nearly did.
Yeah, I mean, if I really have to understand like what HLE was trying to provide from the draft, it's like they bring the like really strong the mid lane phases, which is like the Tristan was hard gapping the enemy mid lane and all permanent, and also in the bottom, like Kalista Leona had a full control from there. They will be able to actually taking up the Drake like really early. But the thing is, like, in order to do like actually finish the Drake soul, you can't make a mistake like while it's actually happening at the around 10-minute ish. We'll be able to see it with the highlight, but the thing is like, they're just dying like without any reason. Like it has to be more delicate. If you make a mistake with the Tristan mid, jungle Nidalee, and AD carry and Kalista against these opponent champion, you're not gonna have a good time.
It's like a double whammy. You know, I feel like comps that have like a Kalista or an Italy kind of feel like you make a mistake and you just lose both of them. It's like you're doubling down.
Oh, definitely. And as much as they were on Soul Point, that
Oh,
was
absolutely,
the only saving
dude.
grace of, what was it, 18-0.
Absolutely.
They get their first kill, and the Leona pick at the end just kind of felt like, oh, how do we set up
HLE just
Italy? Okay, yeah, let's get Leona.
HLE. I mean, they were beaten in pregame lobby. Their picks were terrible. I see like I don't know. I would like to see where their train of thought is, but I honestly don't. I really don't. I mean, plus, like right here, you're missing 3 people on the map. Like, where were their heads at the whole time? He jumps on Talia. He wasn't gonna kill her. Jumping on her was ridiculous. I mean, just a few of these things they did. This TP bot was awesome. This was the start of the end for them. It really was. This was really the start of the end for them. After that TP, they got to like 1,000 gold advantage. And then they just started bullying this too. I mean, this really was killing them. Wow.
Once you have that freedom on a pick like Talia, you just take over the map and you just compound those advantages.
Yeah, you do.
And it really snowballed fast.
Yeah, in the Viper replay there, you got to see Viper just walk back and forth for it was about 5 times, I think, before finally just getting popped. Not a lot to do there because D+ was so dominant. Let's look at the second replay that we have here in terms of the Drake fight at the bottom side of the map.
Well, I mean, here's already the setup. Like, it's really bad. Like, you have to understand, like, from the HLE side, like, they are
very
so
dominant.
Desperate for the Drake. Like, you see, like, they're so separate. Like, they can't actually fight.
Yeah, they essentially here, like, to get Drake, they gave them kills. They gave them an ace.
Trying to burst the one guy with a Zac jump, but nothing really worked because all the champions, the other side of the D+ Kia providers, like, they're super good at disengaging, and you can't really actually burn any one champion. It's just like Sconner's already there at the front lane. It's just point CC.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So many things that you just don't even have to care about.
Oof.
There's so much ability just to pick a target, kill a target, and you could see D+ in that fight specifically, it didn't feel like they came out of second gear. They were just completely in control and knew even if the dragon went over, they were winning the fight and the game.
And as much as it was Soul Point, it was still a Chemtech Drake, so blame Ox for that one. Let's take a look at the player of the game. So many different choices here for D+, but let's give it to Showmaker.
Showmaker had some crazy plays. 30% of the damage, wow. 82% KP, very nice.
I mean, I think
wow.
It's really great play. Like,
yeah.
The TP on the bottom first. I mean, he definitely had a suffer. His lane phase is 1v1 against Zeka early on, but it doesn't really matter because he didn't actually make a massive mistake. It's just that the lane phase, and I think really good.
Yeah.
I would like to shout out just helping the teammate on the top or bottom were just extremely well timed.
Yeah, I feel like he really just took over the map when he was given that bit of advantage, setting up the play with his team.
I completely agree with this.
Known everywhere, and was able to snowball to this point where even though they'd had this initially losing bot lane, it quickly fell apart and he just completely took over.
This is cool. We finally get to do the votes. I get to watch this all the time on Twitch chat. Ha, media, left media. But there are no wrong votes here, right?
I mean, it's I'll just give it to Showmaker, 99 out of 100, I'll say.
Yeah, I think the Rakan's fair. I think he had a pretty good game as well. I like sometimes you have like the honorary throughout. Like we know it's going to be Showmaker, but you want to give a mention to like, oh, this person had a good game too.
All right, well, Hanwha going to the blue side, no subs. Time to get us back into the action with game number 2. Let's send it back on over to Chronicler and Valdezi.
Yes, Valdezi here. Thank you, Degon, Ox, and Hootie for that wonderful breakdown. Chronicler, you actually said, you know, Kellen would be kind of the hipster vote.
That which I think it
I'm
is.
surprised you didn't vote for Lucid though. That is your favorite person to vote on DK.
It is, but I need to build a little bit of credibility before I can then ruin it myself.
Throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, no, you know, I need to
That's
build up
fair.
to that.
Yeah.
I have been known every now and then to have a POG vote that even I, sometimes in hindsight, I'm like, man, good job. Now I stand by that, and sometimes 2 days later, I'm like,
yeah.
Come on.
Sometimes you gotta channel your.
What are we thinking for picks? They have to ban the Skarner, right? They have to ban Skarner for this. This would be ridiculous. Can't leave Skarner hanging again.
Assault and battery.
Credit where credit is due. I do think Lucid had a good game. You know, he was in the right places at the right time, but he wasn't.
Sure.
He wasn't the main character. It was Showmaker, and Kellen, I think, is a cool hipster vote if you like throwing those out. Now DK.
Lee Sin and
I am
Senna
sure. No,
again.
they will. I'll
Ban
trust them.
Skarner, please.
They will know. They will be.
If they don't ban
very
Skarner,
of what
they'd
just
be
happened. I think
trolling.
The Maokai ban was also completely fine.
Look at this. I mean, you already banned Lee Sin in the last game, and he's like, okay, I'll just play Vi. So Life Esports' response is
Ban
to
both.
ban Lee Sin and Vi. Because, I mean, they are
Okay.
they have some extra bans. But
And the
like,
Skarner ban.
yeah, okay. A lot of respect shown for the
Skarner,
couple of
man.
big picks from Lucid. Now, Maokai is also going to be taken away from Peanut once again.
Yeah, I love the Vi ban because I also think the Vi makes the Talia even more absurd. We saw that combo come out a ton. In
I
that
feel
game.
like
It was
Skarner
one
ban,
that
it should be
was
early
also
now.
best.
After the
Able to use
clobbering they just got,
we had
they just got
MSI.
clobbered.
There can
Unless they're
only
gonna
be
first
one
pick
answer. I know
Skarner,
playing
because this is
Ashe
ridiculous.
obnoxious. I know it's not going to be the best of feelings.
Yeah.
We saw what happened last game.
Italy,
DK
interesting,
are just
okay.
saying, it's fine. We can just play on
First
blue
pick
side.
Skarner again.
Game
What are you
three.
guys doing?
As,
Oh no, they
Skarner
okay.
did
HLE
both
took it
for
this
sure.
time.
Dorn did
Duh.
have a pretty-
Wow.
I know.
Skarner is
It's
so
questionable because
strong.
You just threw Dorn into a really rough spot. Now, okay, DK, I think the one way you can kind of salvage this is if you pick Asante in the first three. And then
Wow.
you have your own big OP tank.
Yeah,
guy
I was
who's
gonna
does an
say.
insane amount of damage as well on the top side. But still, it's
The
just-
Viego
it's very
pick,
questionable.
okay.
I mean, Doran struggled a lot into this matchup,
Okay.
and you're essentially just giving him the underhanded softball throw by giving him the Skarner here. But you know,
What are we
fair enough.
thinking? What are we
Italy's
thinking for this?
Scary, and they're going to take it away. So Viego also going to be picked here from DK. So the third pick on the list of Lucid, alongside of Corky. Which sticks
Yeah,
with that
Skarner's
second
ridiculous.
phase last
Skarner's
game.
ridiculous.
Still available, and they're just going to give that over to Home Life Esports anyway.
It is remarkable that with how strong AP junglers are generally considered on this patch, that we do actually
Corky
see them come
Viego.
out
Ash
both
Skarner could be
carrying.
wow.
Look
That
at
could be
what has
ridiculous.
been the most played champions of Lucid
I like that
specifically.
actually.
He
I
does
like that a
lean very
lot.
AD heavy. There's some tanks which obviously he's not nearly as strong on.
Yeah.
But he isn't really the guy to play things like.
I
in
definitely
Italy.
enjoy that.
He
Okay.
has
Let's see what else they got
career.
mid.
He's,
Is in another
going
Talia?
through. So as good as he is on these AD skirmishers, AP junglers not necessarily quite.
Maybe
on his
DK
level.
takes Talia again, we'll
Diana,
see.
But that isn't really a top tier pick at this point in time.
Hopefully,
So that'll
hopefully
be
Zeka does
interesting.
not put
How will
Tristana
I
again, because that was just a
great with what they
ridiculous
have
pick in my
so
opinion.
Far, lot of power picks already picked up here for them. And for DK, we'll have to see how they kind of round out. Because if you don't end up picking an AD carry here, I think
Yeah.
actually, yeah, no, good point. We saw this last game as well. Humble Life banned the Corki, even though a mid laner was already locked in, because you can flex him to AD as well.
I feel like,
And Syndra,
oh, Syndra, okay.
Syndra into Talia feels great regardless.
Or TF.
TF for Kingen. I think
That
works as
works.
well. This is the one
Okay.
card we do see picked in the Skarner that actually has a
Okay,
decent time.
wow.
It was also banned last time around by DK when they did go for the pick.
Oh, Skarner
That's
just
available, and DK is
scary.
available
Skarner's
in
too
the
good,
space.
man.
And,
Skarner is way too
already
good.
A decent amount of pick potential with the TF and the Viego. Doesn't feel
Yeah.
quite as oppressive as the insane amount of CC that Home Life Esports already have with their 3 picks.
Jax
But
ban.
can be nice, especially from ahead for
Okay.
target acquisition to allow that Corki to blow people up. Jax is going to be banned here, as they do not want
Interesting,
to see that
okay.
in the jungle against the Viego.
It could also be a flex, right? The Skarner could also be flexed in the jungle,
True.
and you're playing into Jax, which is one of the few matchups where the TF can really struggle.
Seems like a good ban overall. The LeBlanc here
Yeah.
going to be taken away from Showmaker.
what else would you look towards here? Ari, it's another pick that the Ari Viego is a classic combo. There is, of course, Lissandra,
Yep.
but she's not necessarily.
Yeah,
the best
I
of
agree.
slots at the moment, so I don't think
There's no reason to have Skarner in the game at all. He's too strong.
And of course, you can also still
Way too strong. LeBlanc.
I do think that DK are be looking to.
I'm not
have
even
that
sure where
in
you would have
instead.
played LeBlanc. I mean, you could play TF80. Nah, it's terrible.
Here and there.
Zig's okay. I feel like, yeah, banning, I don't know. I feel like even their bans are all over the place. I mean, banning the Lee Sin Vi, I kind of like that, but jeez, what is going on, man?
Has been in every meta, it feels like, and he will be here once again today.
It's now 5 a.m. watching this game. Wow, wow. Azir, okay.
I wonder if Showmaker is gonna end up going for the tank build because they do.
They're gonna, yeah.
As of right now.
What am I looking at?
Leona is still available, so Callan could go that way, but Callan.
We'll see what the support pick is, though. But genuinely, I think HLE's comp this game is so much better now. Kha'Zix, wow.
Kha'Zix to come through here for Peanut into Lucid his Viego.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely another pick that.
That's a good pick. I like that. Dude, hey, listen. All I'm saying is, first game, I said DK, their comp was 10 times better, and they absolutely stomped them. Now this game, I don't know. I think HLE's comp is better. I think HLE's comp is better. But the thing is, DK has so much momentum after that game. So much. Such a ridiculous amount of momentum.
I really like Ashe as an AD carry on this patch. I think she's very strong as a sustained damage threat. One of the things to note.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I think so too. I think HLE could have, if the momentum isn't in their head too much, HLE could easily take this game, this second game, and push it to game 3. That would be nuts. But the thing is, DK winning with like a 15 to 20k gold advantage in first game is such a statement. I don't know. DK might just run them down again and call it a day. I mean, they still have a good team.
In this game, again though, after that game number 1, I think is definitely a big surprise. And Doran had a really rough game 1. He's gonna be looking to try and recuperate.
Hey, fair enough, yeah. Fair enough. DK's momentum is crazy after last game. They destroyed them. It was ridiculous to watch. Wow. Very exciting stuff. Yeah, I think this comp is good, man. This comp is good.
It's not quite, I mean, it's still a hefty helping of CC, but with no Vine, that combo potentially not as bad as game 1.
This is, yeah.
A lot of damage here. A lot of pick potential on the side of
a lot of damage.
We'll see if they can get that ball rolling for them.
Alrighty. Wow.
Game number 2.
Let's see. Let's see. I love this starting screen. I love how this looks always. It just looks so intense. The chants from the sky, or from the crowd.
Fans are out here in force for day number 1 of the
Wow.
LCK Summer 2024.
Here we go.
Game 2.
Here we go, man. Let's go.
And the first game was a stomp. If you guys missed it, you're tuning in late, and you're coming in here for game 2. You missed D plus Kia, surprising a lot of us predictors going for Home Life Esports. Not Chronicler, who was the genius on our list.
Don't do that.
Him picking Skarner this time is hilarious.
Select D plus Kia.
Why is Skarner is such a difference maker? It
That was game 1,
hurts.
and we play best of 3s here.
But I like the Viego pick. I love seeing Viego. I'm never gonna not enjoy playing or seeing a Viego / playing a Viego.
Pick Kha'Zix, and he would never look like he really did a whole lot, and then he would win, right? And because of that, I want you. So Peanuts played approximately around 950 games of competitive. 25 of those were Kha'Zix games. How high do you think his win rate on this champion is?
I mean, he played it on teams that won a lot, so it might not have.
Yeah, Viego soloing there is really good.
Said, you know, where he would not do much and then win anyway. I'm gonna say a solid 61%.
88.
88.
88, Valdez. I have.
88?
I remember him playing Kha'Zix a decent amount, like over the course of the 2 years on Gen G.
Yeah.
And I could never be like, oh man, Peanut 1v9 the game. And then every time I look, his
TF
first
top
game
is so
was
interesting,
absolutely
but that's because of the
fucking
Skarner pick to
impeccable.
counter it.
It's
I mean,
crazy. I don't
yeah.
understand it. 88%.
I feel like
over
DK has just been
25 kills
smarter.
on the Kazakhs. We'll see. The Kazakhs obviously ended up being a really cool pick that surprised many of us in the playoffs for LCK. When it was brought up by Canyon in Game 4 of the T1 Gen G finals. Ended up being
Oh,
a very pivotal momentum swing.
Hey,
he's
guess
gonna
what?
look to get that
He got
ward
his
there.
red buff jungle, and now he's looking to invade.
This time though, there aren't wards. Last time,
And Viego's
very
on
aware of what was
Krugs.
happening. This time that won't be the case. As he's trying to. Nope.
But he's going to start up the red buff here, and now Lucid is going to see this. As now, just going to get jumped on. Lucid, not going to be hit by that W.
Oh.
Going to help keep him a bit healthy, as this will come down to a smite fight. But
The smite fight. The smite fight.
From the Q and the smite.
Wow.
Yeah, realistically, Peanut should always get that. We saw there, and this is the benefit of having two pushing lanes. Nicely done by Doran and Zeka. Very far up as that's not DK Ghost.
Yeah.
That's BBQ Ghost against Samsung Galaxy
It's budget Ghost.
Ruler.
Yeah, that was also 2017.
Yeah.
Ruler was a world champion. Yeah, definitely.
Doran. He
Now-
took the turret shots!
Now, what in the hell is going on here? And he's just going to run away.
Yeah, but his wave
Skarner.
state is...
No, it's terrible. I mean, it seems like... No, I don't have anything. I don't know.
It's fine. He'll push back into him. It's okay. It's fine. It's Skarner. He's just showing us how good the pick is.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a little dicey.
What if, yeah, he's like so tilted from game one that he's like, you know what? I'm going to show everybody why this should not be allowed.
No. But that's a good point actually. Because one of the things with Doran that I even for all
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Given him a lot of credit for is that he is notoriously able to bounce back from like a bad game to then having one of the Doran games where he just takes over and just completely 1v9s.
Yeah.
This one, the beginning of this, not giving me a whole lot of faith. As Ellen will get spotted.
Yeah. Zeka's in a good spot anyway, so Scanner's going to come down. Steelite just trying to push aiming away from this wave. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's definitely tilted. I'm just making jokes.
No,
here.
I know. Well,
and,
he did take two turret
could be.
shots, so
you never know, I guess. The spot lane is looking just fine. There's a big wave pushing in, so aiming should be able to catch up. And should be, actually, if he gets all of these, he might be ahead by one. Not quite, actually. Maybe a bit behind by one. Top lane still going the way that we expect it to. Kangan keeping his distance, takes a bit of harass.
This is just gonna be a boring lane, of course.
Doran takes a bit of his own.
big thing here is that because Kingan is TF, went for Ghost and Flash, so doesn't have TP available. So even though he got a really nice advantage with forcing Doran's teleport because Doran took turret shots, he doesn't actually get to capitalize on that, doesn't get a free back. So instead, he's going to stay in this lane and probably use his first ultimate to head towards. One of the things we haven't talked about yet that I do think can be a problem with the Kazakhs specifically is that TF's ultimate is really obnoxious for you to play into in mid to late game team fights, where I think Kazakhs normally obviously is an assassin that skills super well, as we do have a play here.
Zeka does have Flash, but he's just being CC'd to death. I don't think he's even going to use it. And down he goes. Kellen will get first blood, unfortunately, for DK, but it's still a win to take him down. A Flash coming down here.
Wow.
Get away.
That was an aggressive play.
He's going to flash forward with the gold card. Oh, the follow-up comes in from Kellen, and that will barely be enough, although this is Skarner in the top lane, so yeah, goodbye, Lucid.
Wow.
Skarner just doing Skarner things. DK very flashy with their play, and still a big win.
Wow, wow, wow.
Big win for DK, as you say, Valdez. Bit of a miscommunication there. Lucid was already because I actually thought that Kingan was going to flash.
Yeah.
And then
that is so aggressively done. Very well done.
Committed. I'm not 100% sure if it ends up being worth it because you do invest a lot of summoners here.
They did like 3 flashes for it.
Onto Zeka, I think alone would have been big. The kill going over to Kingen is great, though.
How about that kill going to Kellen?
Yeah, that one you're not feeling too hot about.
First blood as well.
And there we saw a little bit of a miscommunication between Kingen and Lucid specifically.
Yeah.
I want to give credit, though, again, for Kellen. Being very active on this map.
That should have never been able to happen, to be honest.
Zeka, as we do have Kingen maybe in some trouble here. Pretty low on mana is Doran, but...
Oh boy, here we go again. Flash.
Yeah.
Wall, and
Very
Peanuts
goodbye.
right there, able to close the distance incredibly fast on that Kha'Zix. Some trading here in mid, but yeah, at least Hanwha Life Esports able to trade back here early on and not sit on 0 kills for the entirety of the early game, as we saw in game number 1. And now Peanut is going to be able to roll that into some Void Grubs.
Also no cross map available because Lucid would love to go for a dragon here. As there we see. Very nice job by the observers. It's just timed out in that moment, the ward. So he's not really expecting it, doesn't see it coming, and then at this point, like, yeah, I can flash, but we all know that's not going to change anything. Kill not going to Showmaker or Lucid is actually big. And then here, we have flash for flash being traded. Thought that's the end of it. Lucid clearly wants to go for the grub, but Kingen and
Wow.
different plans. And then,
That's so
unfortunately,
crazy.
one that steps up and promptly gets impaled, ends up dying, obviously not able to make his way back. And then here, the impale, you might be looking at that and going, should he really be able to kind of impale people that are, you know, just in his general vicinity instead of just in front of him? And I would say no. I know it's not the actual impale, but, you know, is he?
Yeah.
But that's how it works.
He does need, you know, he is kind of a newly revamped champ, so I think he does need like at least 7 or 8 ways to CC the enemies.
Fair enough.
Honestly, like,
Does he die here? I don't know if he does.
No, there's no way.
Let's see. He's gonna get stunned up mid dash, and now he doesn't have his flash, and he will in fact go down. So
Him getting caught with the stun on his speed boost there is the only reason he dies there.
that does come in, and DK very proactive here in this early game, and they're getting some big wins from it.
This is a lot closer of a game. HLE already has double the amount of kills they got last game.
Lucid also using his ultimate to make sure he doesn't get impaled. No opportunity for Doran to turn that play around. That alone means that DK is now maintaining that about 1k gold lead, aiming going. One of the cool things about Corki is that I feel like I've seen basically everything being built on him throughout. I've seen Triforces.
Yeah.
This is a just straight up lethality build. We've seen Collector first as well. This is obviously the opportunity. As we take another look at this, so start off, a lot of damage to come through, then get the interrupt here, does Lucid, and then just ensures that he doesn't get impaled and play doesn't get turned around on him. Obviously, even if you do get the impale, I don't know if that's enough. But at the very least, it ensures that if there was someone else there, he wouldn't get taken down.
Pretty good point. It's nice to see that interaction between Viego and Skarner.
I'd for some sums here.
Well, I did see him.
Yeah, I mean, they should
coming down.
Realistically, yeah, there's Hawkshot used. They should realistically be dying as Lucid might be in some trouble. Zeka and Peanut will be spotted here.
Michelin innovates by
These stinking
creating
ads, man.
technology that further increases the tire's lifespan. Michelin, motion for life.
We all go through trials.
I don't even know what I should do. Should I mute that? Probably should mute those.
Doesn't amount to too much. Clearing out a lot of vision here is C plus Kia. In fact, they got a couple of scanners. The support in jungle going to clear out the majority of the vision here on this dragon, and they will be able to prioritize this and take this down. Hanwha Life Esports not going to try to fight for this one.
First Drake being taken at 11 minutes. Pretty slow. Is, I think, decently costly. Showmaker ensuring that he can actually get this means that the wave will be pushed into the turret. And Kingen is also going to have to sack his wave.
I know.
Read the play. Zeka was maybe looking for a roam towards that top side. So Doran gets the crash. Kingen will be denied a decent amount of CS.
Yeah.
Just making sure that the light doesn't get too easy of a back off.
It's true, though. I mean, we've seen, though, in the past, a lot of top laners just not respect, you know, like the pressure on the map and say, hey, my entire team is doing the dragon. Maybe I shouldn't step up to this turret. Is a good read from Kingen. And even though he does lose some CS, as you mentioned, some farm, this is a better alternative to be able to just back away and not die.
Yeah.
And we'll hold on to at least 3 plates for now. Viper does throw an ult into aiming.
I want to see what's happening. Yeah, over here.
Just cleanse it. cleanse. Very high value into this. As now trying to get in onto Skarner, they will.
Wow, it's Flash. And Kha'Zix is bot lane. Yep. Those are grubs right there for sure. Free grubs. If TF comes down, I mean, Skarner is... Okay. Wow.
Sure that they either get... In that game was a lot of kills and rotations. This time around, it's the grubs as well as the summoners. I do think grubs have higher value now that you have a TF on your team. Even
Damn, TF top is hilarious. Versus a Skarner.
It does mean that aiming is going to have to sack the wave here, and you can see that vision towards the bottom side of the map fully in control of Hanwha Life, and even with Doran not having flash, that is still an excruciatingly hard target to dive, so I don't think there's a lot of opportunity there. With Kellen being in the vicinity, aiming should be fine, and we also see the bot lane of Hanwha Life rather opting into the back right now. As first item spikes about to be done for everyone here across the board, and a much more even game than game number 1. Which is
yeah.
That was a bit.
I figured they'd play better. I don't know if I'd call them locked in. They were even in gold though, which is nice.
Of the split, yeah.
Even enough at least.
By the way, we got the update. Not only was Chronicler the only one to predict D plus Kia.
13 minutes in though.
But nobody predicted D plus Kia on the Korean.
I think by this time last game there was like 15 kills total. So much going on last game. So everyone was playing so aggressive.
Did you read the script?
No. I actually, because I mentioned at the beginning, because Orcs was doing a little bit of slander, and I mean,
it's Orcs, so...
It is Orcs, that is what he does. So, I think that especially the...
Yeah, they see no one's on the map.
After a big patch can always be
They're playing pretty careful.
Back and forth. And I also was both cautiously optimistic of DK being able to adapt to the carry jungle meta, which hasn't really been the case, right? Lucid's mostly been playing stuff he's been playing before as well. But then also, not really sure if Hanwha...
Yeah, they have vision on that.
Right now...
I mean, the Impale's gonna come in.
Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't even know why you would try that. I don't think that was a smart play at all. I don't think that was a good play. Which I guess was fairly obvious after the fact, to be fair, but I mean, you're almost diving a Skarner who's just gonna ult you backwards or yank you under turret, both of you. Not a good play.
If you get CC'd by Kingen or Kellen, the follow-up is really good. And the DK comp obviously stands or falls by finding an initial pick and then going from there.
Switch lanes, top goes bot, Slee's top for now.
Utilize the strong front line of Doran and Delight, and then Zeka.
Yeah, I don't think that'll stay.
Will be dealing
Rift's up.
In that one. And we haven't seen any 5v5s yet, and that's where I do expect Hanwha Life to take over the way that
they could play for Rift here.
In spring as well. They're not necessarily the most proactive team, but if they get to team fights on not, what was it, like a 4 or 5k gold when we saw the first 5v5 in quotation marks last time around.
Yeah.
They should be doing pretty solid, as we might have a scuffle here for Herald.
Even for the Scuttle crowd, but Peanut not messing around with that. He will smite it down. And the Rift Herald is being eyed menacingly by Hanwha Life Esports.
I think something's about to pop off now. With Rift up and everyone's top side of the map, oof. This is going to be... Oh, okay. They might give it... Yeah, they're giving it, yeah. They're absolutely giving it.
Well, they know that the soul will be Chemtech with Ox on the desk,
of course.
We'll see if they do. Aiming, nice little dodge there. He still has his cleanse, but in a bit of trouble. He's going to cleanse the stun from dashing over the rocks, and that does save him in this case. So that's very important that he dodged the arrow.
And Azir shoving. They got Rift on mid turret. They'll get this turret for sure. But Azir might be able to do something here. Yeah, he gets this turret down. That's a nice trade of gold there.
That is going to be it as the rotation. Herald coming through to set up a dragon here. Do you think DK want to try and play for this though? They have a decent amount of vision and they have TF, so can take control back, but
yeah, they get Drake for free. No need to go for Azir, I guess.
Actually, this time around, so not going to be Chemtech. And both these teams have one Drake apiece, so we'll be fighting over those individual mountain Drakes, you would imagine.
I hope we get spared Skarner with Mountain Soul.
Why? That sounds great. It's gonna scale really nicely with all those mountains.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. Skarner's ridiculous. He's way too strong.
Big, and he's gonna stun people for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And never die. True. It seems like fun to me.
Skarner's way too
The
strong.
curve on this one. They just ban it every single game, man. I cost like
Imagine
12.
I don't know why you wouldn't just ban
12 games. You know how
Skarner.
many Skarner? I'm pretty sure I sold 0. I'm pretty sure it was banned every single time.
Yeah, there's no point in having a champ like this in the
Early
game.
season, we're taking risks, you know. Maybe
You might
first
get
we
him,
just
you
leave it
know.
open and deal with it.
I think that it always
If you get
starts out
Skarner, of
this
course,
way
it's possible,
with an
but
OP pick, and teams are like, okay, we can deal with this. We prepared for this. We don't want to use all of our draft bucks on just banning it every time because that's also going to put us behind. So let's find an answer
It's
ourselves.
a rough economy, Val. That's can't spend those draft
A
bucks.
lot of draft bucks, and generally what happens is the pick wins a lot until eventually they do figure it out, and also generally some small iterations of patches come in and it gets chipped down a little bit, and eventually, you know, Skarner maybe in 5 or 6 patches will be obsolete. Or maybe he'll be like Cassante and he'll be here every single day for the rest of time.
We made it through Aatrox being meta for like 2 years. I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll deal with Skarner.
Yeah.
But, like,
Aatrox was nasty forever.
at least he builds tank items.
He does, yeah.
That's
good.
something.
Okay, dashing in here, trying to get that assassination.
Nice,
on the
yeah.
Viper, but he's met with a arrow
Ash has
to the
ult. I
face.
doubt she's very
Viper
afraid
will
right
just,
now.
look them in
And she can
the face.
perma slow everyone.
Showmaker, meanwhile, pushing
Playing
up
against
the
an Ash
side.
is
We
so
have one on the
frustrating.
bottom side of the map,
A good one.
but could see some action here. Peanut, obviously a lot of vision control. This is kind of what the Kha'Zix is used for with that first item, just clearing out all the wards. He's also got the scanner. He's also really fast with the brushes. As aiming
Oh, that
has found the
TP.
one, and he has found a TP coming in
Oh,
here.
that's
He has
it.
found his own
Wow.
net, so nice little
That L star
visualization
positioning
to
is
hang out
wow.
in the jungle, and will take him down, as now Kellen might be in a bit of trouble as well. We have
Talia
the
ult.
flash
Talia
from
ult.
Gale.
Nope. No good.
Very telling that Lucid's just
For
like,
now.
I'm completing my back. I don't want to be part of this. As can they get reinforcements over?
They
the
could
Will?
dive here, yeah,
Should
absolutely.
Try and dive this. Don't want to run the risk with these ultimates available.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the case. But
That's
very
fair.
nicely done there.
That's fair.
Well,
Leona
I
ult. They
think
get caught in Leona ult.
Light
Goodbye.
finding his way
A
around
zero,
that
you
enemy,
know.
unfortunately.
It's probably not worth diving that.
Seeing
So that's a good call off because they really, you could tell they were hungry for that dive.
I mean, he must have been in that brush for quite a while.
Wow, that is a
I'm not sure how he
crazy-
Stuck in there, to be honest. It was either from the mid lane being pushed up or the top lane being
Wow.
pushed up.
So
That is such a good
Works with the other
position.
brushes.
That is so nicely done. And then Corky to jump over the wall right into him is
and there was no objective, so just
beautiful.
getting the kill
Beautiful, beautiful. Can't make that
is
stuff
debatable.
up.
That alone is worth investing. That
Can't
Salvador
make it
will
up.
see if DK is able to leverage the silent pressure they should have with this TF in a way that actually punishes the lack of teleport. The light goes in again.
No, what are we
This is
looking
Leona,
like?
though, and Kellen's totally fine to go for that one. The ult comes out. The arrow is going to miss. Kellen, or rather King in the front line, is just going to throw a gold card into Peanut and back away.
Yeah.
Big skirmish here over the blue buff, which does go the way of D plus Kia.
Get the summoner out of Zeka. We'll take that as
It's Skarner. He's going to flash away.
Yeah, there were 5 people there for
20
him. Zeka
minutes
doesn't have
in.
ults, and Peanut
20
was,
minutes
like,
in and
still
it's
around
3 to
the corner.
3. This time last game, the game
Maybe could've
was
given it a
wrapping
run,
up
but
pretty
I
much with
don't think
DK
he
up
wanted
by
to
so
run
much
the risk.
gold.
There's also no ults on Viper.
Now, actually, HLE has a,
Rather play it safe,
what, little bit of an
as opposed to
advantage.
feeling
400
sorry for
gold
himself, but it
advantage.
doesn't end up working out.
300
And
gold.
most importantly, 40 seconds. This is going to be a really big fight because if either
Drake,
team
yeah,
decides to
this
win,
Drake is
might be
huge.
able to turn it into not only a Drake, but a Baron as well. So both the two
Yeah.
teams will be trying
A Baron would be
to look
insane, but
for
a Drake right now would be
that
crazy.
dragon. And looking at the spikes, we have Fimbulwinter, Sunfire, we have Eclipse done for Peanut as well. Aiming sitting on double
Light in a
item.
very awkward spot
Oh,
here.
yeah.
He's just
Oh,
by himself,
no.
like a vision or something, nearly dies, has to flash away.
Okay.
Didn't have his
God, that Kha'Zix damage always hits so differently.
Flash.
It's an auto
That one
Q.
is now- Shoemaker has to
There's a
flash
flash,
away from
wow.
the Impale.
Yep.
Now that's not going to be available here for this Drake, and now D plus Kia should be able to take it down. Humble AV Sports say, never mind.
Yeah.
Weird.
Wow.
Let's
So, like,
not
getting
do it
caught there
again.
just costed
Not gonna
them
be
the
getting a fight
Drake.
here.
That is so unfortunate for them.
As their arrow is going to come in, but I don't think they're actually looking. Because Zeka instead just using his free grubs to push here towards the top side of the map. But with that, summoners are being traded, right? Doran has the flash, Zeka has the flash a little bit in the layup to the play, and then Showmaker also not wanting to get impaled. Probably a good call on that one. Is Lucid. They know. They are not going to get this again.
Just because he got caught, but I mean, they were in good position for him to get caught there, so that's unfortunate.
Like Life did not know that they were spotted, but with the scanner coming in and now
yeah, they know something's weird here. They know something's up. That was too obvious. Something was very fishy there.
In the same bush, but
he's been on a lot of adventures.
Okay, they're gonna spot him here. Delight's in a lot of trouble. He does have his Unbreakable Will. And he is going to try to delay this now. Kellen also supremely tanky himself, and now TP coming in and the big sweep.
Wow, the Ash. Wow, the Ash.
And that might just turn it around here for
wow.
Oh. On to Lucid as well, and we see Showmaker isolated. Viper pretty low. Eats a gold card. Kingen getting in there, and the damage out of Showmaker and Kingen is not.
Oh, it's done. HLE's got it.
This should be a wipe in favor of HLE Esports.
Oh my lord. Hey, I said it. First game, that DK comp was way too much. It was way better. Let me turn this down. First game, DK's comp, 10 times better. I said everyone thought HLE was going to win. I said DK's comp is 10 times better, and they destroy them. Now, this pregame lobby, HLE, their comp was 10 times better. 10 times better. Even with Delight getting caught there, they turned it so fast. Also, them not getting onto Viper is really what won them that fight. That is crazy. Crazy. And Kingen's got a flash on Viper there, so. Wow. The Skarner pick is too strong. I don't know why they allow Skarner to play. You gotta ban him. Permaban, call it a day. Yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. Wow.
It does at times feel like his E. It's generous, you know. It's a Nautilus style of hitbox. That said, though, with aiming dying there, that immediately ends the play. They need to sustain damage, and Lucid obviously also not able to utilize the power of the resets. Really big win for Hanwha Life, and they're looking to bring us to a game number 3, slowly taking more and more control, building up these gold leads. And DK keep looking for these picks.
Oh yeah. Delight looked like he got caught there, which he may or may not have. We don't know the comms, but that seemed very. Oh, he's so dead. Yeah, he's so dead. Wow. And now HLE gets to run it down. Wow.
Too much, and as a team, HLE Esports have looked much stronger in these team fights.
I'm feeling really good about the odds of a Skarner ban increasing.
We said that after game 1.
Yeah, well, I know, but I feel like this time you really.
I don't know why they wouldn't have banned Skarner. I know they plan on picking it, but wow, that is ridiculous not to ban. It is way too strong. Way too strong.
There's only so many things you can do into this pick. I mean, Romo's banned, the TF was
It's just a monster of a pick. He just flips fights so easily.
Which I think is entirely fine and is also a shared sentiment across the league community. But
absolutely, yeah. He's too strong.
Able to, and sure, Showmaker doesn't have his flash available, so post shuffle he is pretty susceptible to getting taken down. We do see that the follow-up from HLE Life is there. They are a really strong team-fighting team.
Baron
use that power. Baron, mainly I think going to be a tool for them to get the fight that they're looking for.
We got the TP here. I mean, Showmaker's probably going to TP anyway for the Drake, as Doran is taking a decent amount of poke damage.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Lucid now just going to face check
oh wow.
He's in a bit of trouble.
Oh, he's done. That Ash ult missing, but Oh, he's done.
And somehow he's still alive, but finally goes down as Zeka is traded back.
Yeah.
It's a 2-for-1 still.
Viega, well, Lucid, he got so caught out there. Caught out by a Kha'Zix in a bush? No way. Yeah, you go for Baron here every time.
Big Alive feeling good about their chances here. Doran and Delight still full health.
Yep. Impale available. Flash available for Delight. A lot of tools to try to turn this one, which they will try to do. Let's see if they can get through the Skarner health bar as Flash E into the wall, but this Baron is 100% HLE.
Yeah.
Knocked up. And HLE Esports thinking about going in there once again. A lot of damage done by Showmaker.
Wow. HLE, now they have the advantage. What, almost 5K? Yeah, a little over 5K gold right now advantage. That TPN is crazy after Baron push. Wow. Dude, Skarner. Anyone who has Skarner's, I mean, you're going to have to see the Skarner banned game 3. Absolutely, the Skarner will be banned in game 3. There's no way they're going to allow it to be picked. Both teams got to absolutely dominate. DK dominated game 1 with Skarner. HLE dominates game 2 with Skarner. I mean, Skarner is too strong. He's way too viable right now. You would throw that in with an Alistar, and they had a Leona the first time. Not Leona. Can't remember who DK had, but it's ridiculous. This game will be over in the next couple of minutes for sure.
Then you have to follow up immediately. Zeka has a nice angle. Very, very unfortunate hop over that wall, because if he just clicks a little bit closer, he's safe, and they don't run any risk. Ends up being still a very favorable trade, and without the enemy jungler gone, there's no way for DK to reliably contest, especially not with the Scorpion standing guard. And right now, we're going to put Kingen, bought a shield bow, which I guess it'll help.
That is a choice.
It's definitely so it's definitely good into specifically Peanut, but I would much rather see some form of, I mean, most likely Terminus just to get through Doran, because I do think Doran being as tanky as he is has been a big problem. As we do.
Well, there's been so many highlights in these games, it's crazy. Game 3 is gonna be nuts.
But now Kellen's kind of in an awkward spot because they've all rotated up to top. So, I mean, this is just a Leona who's level 10. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, yeah, he's just going to back. And so the push continues. Well, he stops his back. And he is in a very sneaky spot. I mean, is the team going to be able to follow up on this, though, is the question. Zeka gets a wall down. And
I don't know about this one. It's way too late. It's way too late.
Now trying to engage right from the front.
No. You have the Azir turret. Wow.
Increasing their lead.
And from this point on, Humble Life should just be able to play it out cleanly. Don't really have to run the risk. The only way you lose this if someone oversteps, get hit by a gold
right.
Into
7K gold advantage. Wow. Yeah, HLE came this time. They just picked such a better comp. I mean, overall, let alone the Skarner pick. The comp is 10 times better than DK's this time, in my opinion.
Gold card ready right away, and he's gonna stop that. But still, very dangerous bug, as you mentioned. 3.5 items.
Very dangerous bug.
Yeah, he's about a 40-second cooldown on his ult, so not gonna be feeling too bad about that one. Doran.
Okay, they're trying to kill the Skarner.
Still trying.
They almost got through the shield, guys. They almost got the shield. Okay, the damage goes in on a King, and the Impale is huge. As Skarner is always able to turn it around so quickly. Still getting to work here on the Lucid. They send it for one final attempt to try to catch Doran off guard. They get the kill on the Viper, but that's going to be it.
Oh, she's done.
Have run away with this game.
Yeah. Wow.
Boys just sprinting at the Corki.
Wow. Twisted Fatal.
As they're looking to try to end it through that push.
Lucid, 3 levels down. I don't think he's going to do a whole lot. Tries to get an interrupt on Zeka, doesn't end up mattering. Zeka will just jump off, but it looks like we are going to a game number 3.
Wow. HLE brought it. Hey, HLE brought it.
I just thought maybe he would knock a stun up or something like that. As Taming's in a lot of trouble. He'll be burst down by Peanut, who had a fantastic game. As this Nexus will go down, How Will Life Esports force a game number 3 just like that.
They did. I mean, they picked such a better comp here. Such a better comp.
They turn things back, they tie it up.
Not sure who flashed the Gen G sign there, but very cute. Imagine it was one of
Jeez,
the
man.
Peanut.
Wow.
Doran, as How Will Life bounce back. And
Well,
obviously, the main talking point is going to be that Skarner, but I also want to give credit. I think the light looks a lot better. They didn't get sucked into these early skirmishes. That I think DK is always going to be looking for. That's what they love to play in spring. And the biggest surprise to me was that DK was not only given it, but was able to actually close it out. But How won this game, pulled it back, played it a lot slower, a lot safer. As a result, gets a pretty resounding game.
Yeah, they need the... Now DK's got to regroup. Now DK's the one that has to regroup. Oh, my lord. Oh, jeez, man. What a game. Of course, the Skarner pick. I mean, I just don't understand why you would allow such a thing. Doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason to have anyone playing a Skarner here. Unfortunately, I don't think I have time to watch Game 3. Well, shoot. Hey, games 1 and 2 were awesome. I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch this Game 3. I got not a lot of time left. I'll go through the highlights. Yeah. Yeah, HLE came to bring it this time. I don't even know. At the end here, this isn't even a highlight. I don't believe that. Well, I don't even know what they were doing involved in this fight. That was ridiculous. Either way. Alright, I don't have time to watch Game 3, unfortunately, but